तू मेरा पिता, तू है मेरा माता, तू मेरा बंधप, तू मेरा भ्राता, तू मेरा राखा सबनी थाई तापोके हा काड़ा जियो तुमरी कृपा ते तुद पछाणा तू मेरी ओट तू है मेरा माणा तुझ बिन दूजा अवर न कोई सब तेरा खेल अखाड़ा जियो.
We will now go through the questions put forward by the seekers. Okay, the first question that we have from the seekers is, can you briefly describe the different types of life forms here on Earth?
Okay, here on Earth, Gautama Buddha, he said that there are 8.4 million life forms in this physical manifestation and the physical universe. And human being is the highest form of all of these life forms. Why? In such sign of Baba Gurinder Singh Ji, Babaji of the earth, he sometimes saying that the way that human being made is different because within this human body contain 5 elements. The element of earth, water, fire, air, and the last element is free will. Every other life form of 8.4 millions, they made of only 4 elements. And these 4 elements is because it's lacking of free will. And because of this free will is the only way that human can exercise choices to make good or bad choices. That's why the human being is only life form that can make more merit, spiritual merit, in order to seek salvation, in order to seek the truth, in order to seek the way out of this cycle of reincarnation. Therefore, Baba Gurinder Singh Ji said to us that the other life form, they still go through their own evolution of soul that incarnate as plant, as insect, as small animal, or as big animal. And at the final state, before the soul return back to God, our Father, that soul become human being in order to seek liberation from this endless cycle of birth and rebirth. And in order to do that, in human form, we have to meet with a special agent called Perfect Living Master, that God the Father, God the Creator, sent him or her in this physical form with the awareness of God. So, Perfect Living Master can show us the way back to our Father. And oftentimes, they will impart the method of meditation to us, ask us to keep precept, ask us to be vegan or vegetarian, to do no harm to all the sentient beings, and also do no harm to ourselves. So yes, being human is very special life form if we compare to other life form in this physical, because human is the form of the highest form of all the form in this physical level, the only form that can actually have direct contact with God inside.
How is human life different from other life forms?
Being human, the way we should live our life is to seek the truth and to seek the way back to God, the Almighty. Because we have capacity to do that. Like I said in the previous question, I said that we contain the fifth element, which is free will. And this free will is very similar to God's will. And in this free will, there is ability to make choices, good or bad choices, in order to create new karma. Other kind of life form, like animal or plant, they cannot create new karma. They're here only to pay back their own pattern of karma. And when their karma finish, they move on to the next life form as the evolution of the soul. But human, we can learn more because the ability to have free will and create new karma. So therefore, human can also create new spiritual merit. If we, in countless incarnation of human, we can also collect merit account, spiritual merit account, in order to one day to meet up with perfect living master or great spiritual teacher that can come and give us enlightenment and give us salvation in this physical form. In Thailand, we believe of human act that only human we can create spiritual merit. And in order to do this merit, every human, just like in this physical, we have to have money to be able to function well in our physical life. There's also a say that in order to lead a fruitful human being life, you also have to collect the spiritual merit, also called boon, in order to have a happy life, in order to have a fruitful, prosperous life in this human form as well. And the more you collect the spiritual merit in your spiritual merit account, the easier of the way to get enlightenment will be open up for you. So mostly I encounter a lot of people that previously they have done good deeds. They also collect a lot of spiritual merit along the way. And when they come to get initiation from a perfect living master, most of the time those people make a rapid progress. Because previously, they already collect their spiritual merit points to be deserved to get initiation from perfect living master. So their heart is in the right place, their attitude is in the right place, and they also have a lot of elements in their life built up for this holy initiation.
Are there any life forms above the human level?
Yes, there are many, I would say, forms, above human level. For example, the next level from this human physical level is astral level. Within this astral level, there are 150 worlds within this astral level. And those astral worlds contain the worlds of demons, angels, deities. After this astral world, there are causal world. And this causal world also contain God and goddesses. And a little bit high up deities. And if you go further, you will meet up with the creator of these three worlds, this creator of the karmic system, which call karma, or we call him negative power. So there are many forms apart from the human. But human is the only form that can have direct access to God. If we pray to God, if we seek God, God will appear in physical form for human to see. But these events that we take it for granted in the human form, it is very rare chance that can happen in other world. Just like God will not appear in astral level. God will not appear in causal level. And it's very rare too that God appear in the level of Parabram or Nirvana. Only here that God sent perfect living master as embodiment of God, the Almighty here in the physical and walks among us. And they actually hold the consciousness of every level at the same time. So they have access fully to God awareness, the totality of consciousness. But we are here, take them for granted. We think they also live physical human life like us. They also have physical body like us. They cannot even fly, they cannot levitate, they cannot create any miracle. So we take them for granted and thinking that they're not somebody great. But actually they are, because if they accept you as a disciple, and if you beg them to show who they really are inside, you'll be surprised that within human form just like us, God can be present himself or herself here in this physical form.
It's being said that God has made humans similar to himself. What does he mean?
It means that humans have free will that very similar to God's will. And if we exercise our free will well, according to God's will, it's actually the same thing. Because when we looking from here, our free will, the human will, and God's will is different thing if we look from this physical level. But if you have the awareness from God level, the greater level, then actually God will and this free will is the same thing. God only gives this free will to human that represents God best in this form. So therefore it is also a game for you to learn to exercise this free will, to be in alignment of this God will. And it's actually the secret of how we can instantly succeed in our spiritual practice. The moment that our free will transforms to be God will, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to progress, there's no meditation to do even. a lot of saints here in this physical world, when they appear here, they oftentimes talking and saying to us that the man will, free will, this is not real. Only God will is real. So it's what they mean. They transcend their human will to be the God will, and they live in God will. This should be our main goal in this spiritual part, the part of Sadmat, that we should try firstly to understand what is God will, and after that try to follow God will as best.
Isn't being angels, deities, or gods or goddesses better than being human beings because humans suffer here on earth?
Actually not. Only human being is multi-dimensional being. It means we have the potential in us, in every human being, to have awareness of every level at the same time. As Ishwapuriji said, that enlightened human being can have awareness of every level at the same time, can have awareness of the totality of consciousness from such kind. So, therefore, being human is very special in the eye of the whole universe. God and goddesses, angels and deities, they even jealous that we have this human form, because within this human form, we can have access to every level of awareness at will. If we practice well, if we in the direct link of God, meaning perfect living master came into our life, we become their disciple, and inside they give us the access, direct access to the awareness of God. Then we can start to do meditation as instruct, transcend our energy, our vibration to be higher and higher, and then we can connect to learn the awareness of every level, to explore the other world. And also in this human being, there's the chance, the very rare chance given to us called salvation of the soul. This is the form where the soul can make the way back home to our Creator, Father. Just like in Anurag Saga, they said about in the beginning, they were like an ocean of love, and the soul separate from this ocean of love down into the creation as a drop from the ocean. And only in human form that contain 5 elements, that contain free will, we can make the way back to merge back from the drop, merge back to the ocean of love eventually. No other form, they cannot do this. Even Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva, they only know of their level. They only know, the land and the region they rule, and they cannot see what lies beyond of that. Only human being, we can actually explore what in the level of God and goddesses, what feel like to be God and goddesses. We can also explore what feel like to be demons. We can also explore what feel like to be angel, and also beyond that, because inside our physical body, like I said to you, that's a vortex, or we call it chakras, spiritual chakras. And by this vortex, we can connect in multi-dimensional level. When we connect with the divine power, every door will open up for us. But I would suggest to all of you who still don't have any master yet, please do this study or explore of the whole universe by master guidance, because during the time of initiation, when master accept us to be their disciple, they will give 5 holy names as protection. Just like I said to you, yes, we can raise our vibration and connect with another dimension and go learn in that dimension. But in order not to get lost or get harmed from that action, we need to have some kind of holy mantra with high authority to prevent all harm that should come to us. So yes, if you are already initiate or perfect living master, you can learn the potential of human being, how special it is to be a human being in this physical. Being the disciple of perfect living master, you can explore all of those miracles yourself. But those miracles, it just happen anyway when we try to find out about the truth, who we are and where we are coming from. So I would say, okay, if you're interested in going out to do all the sightseeing, you can do. But the main goal should be, you should find out about your true self. And you should find and seek oneness with God.
Why are we here in this world?
Because the soul that coming here to this physical world, they want to have experiences as human. I would think that we here may be meaning that why the soul choose to incarnate in this physical level, right? So the soul want to have experience as a plant, want to have experience as insect, want to have experience as animal. And also the soul want to have experience as human being. That's why we are here. To enjoy the wonderment of God, to enjoy the variety of character, variety of perspective that, that make God great. So we come here to explore the potential of our Creator Father in this physical realm. It's as simple as that. Just come to enjoy this world. But when the soul is here and forget who they really are, they start to feel suffering because they forget where they're coming from. They feel lost. And they start asking for help. So God also hearing this asking for help. So they send representative from God directly, called Perfect Living Master, to rescue us, to show us the way home, to be friend with us, and show us that, there's the way inside. When we withdraw our attention, we can find out who we truly are inside.
What's the true purpose of human life?
The true purpose of human life is to seek our greatness that is lie inside. And every human being has the potential to go back to our source, to go back to our Creator Father. By withdrawing attention at our Wisdom Eye Center, the other dimension will start to open up. And at that time, we will understand that we're not this physical body. And if we continue to meditate more in astral form, the world of the causal plane will open up for us. And we will also realize that this emotion is not us. It's something that we borrow to function in this physical body. And after that, when you continue to meditate in the causal form, then the Param level of Nirvana will start to open to you. And the first time you will experience nothingness. And in that nothingness, you will see the first time that you are the soul, the power that empowering the mind, the senses, and this physical body. And in order to do that, we need a teacher. We need spiritual teacher to guide us along the way. Because as simple as I say, but in practice, it's very difficult. Because human nowadays, we have a lot of distraction in our life. We put our attention outside all the time. So in order to withdraw our attention, just stay still, sit still, look at the darkness inside, it's very difficult for us. So to withdraw the attention, it's an art. So you have to learn how to meditate from someone who can guide us. And the best guide from my experience is Perfect Living Master, because he or she can provide protection. When we, inside, like in this world, when you withdraw your attention, per se, to your astral body, there will be a lot of temptation from astral level too for you to look out. And people waste their lifetime. They can waste their lifetime, 100 years, explore in the astral world, no end. Because inside is very big. You think this physical universe is big? No, it's only tiny compared to the astral world, which is 150% bigger than this physical universe. So therefore, we need guidance. We need somebody that can help us, show us the way, show us the quickest way that we can pass those levels into the next level. And in the causal plane, causal level, there's also 200 worlds within the causal level. It's even bigger than the astral level, like I said to you. So you can explore no end. In Buddhism, there's also say that, before you get enlightenment to the Buddha level, you also have to learn to meditate, to collect your spiritual merit for 10 lifetimes. Why? Because the learning insight in samadhi or in meditation, this if you continue to explore the inner region, it takes a lot of time. So therefore, a lot of lifetime you spend on that. But I am lucky enough to find Perfect Living Master that can protect me inside, guide me the direct way, that the shortcut that I can go back to God, to see, to recognize my true self in the higher form that is one with God. So this practice that being guided with a Perfect Living Master, you can make the inner journey from here, this physical level, go up to astral level, causal level, Prabram level, Nirvana or Maha-Nirvana, and then enter to our true home in Sachkhand in one lifetime. Why? Because Perfect Living Master, they are representative of God. They're just like God, the Almighty, walk among us in human form. And within them, they have a secret of royal road. As a great master said, inside us, there is a royal road that you can practice meditation, raise your awareness in this direct contact of God, and go back to God the Almighty in one lifetime.
How can one follow the true purpose while still being surrounded by worldly distractions?
Well, Babaji of the Arts tirelessly said to their disciple that they need to go inside and meditate. The more you invest your time doing meditation, contemplation on Master inside, or recite the mantra, the holy names, the more you will get less distracted by worldly responsibility, worldly life. Yes, we still have our duty to perform. We still have family responsibility. We still have to work to earn money. But we can do it without invest all our attention in it. So, for me, during the day, I can invest my time, 20 hours of my time easily to think of Master. Because nowadays it's very easy to follow the teaching of Perfect Living Master. There's a lot of spiritual discourse, spiritual satsang online. So I always put the satsang on. Since the time that I wake up, and in my free time, if I can, I listen more and contemplate and think about higher concept, whatever Master say in the satsang. Sometimes I even have conversation with my family about this, like, oh, what is purpose of human life? You know, how precious it is to be born as human. How we can make the best of our time as a soul in this human form. So oftentimes we contemplate, we speak about that. So I bring Master Satsang in my life. And it keeps me going, whatever I do, right? Because my objective in life is very clear. As I want to know God, I want to, I want true salvation. I want to know who I am. And I want to understand the significance of human life. What is our true purpose? So that's my goal of everyday life. So by setting my goal very clear, then after that, I spend my life, my attention on that. Contemplate, having questions, find out the spiritual answer. Yes, this age is the age of great distraction because we have social media. We spend a lot of our time on the screen. But also nowadays, Perfect Living Master also appear on the screen too. So we can spend a lot of our time in their presence, in their digital presence. Like we can listen to them online, we can have their blessing online, and we can also, find out more about them, in our daily life. So that should be your main goal. Try to do like this. Even 1 week, like I suggest to all of you, you will see the difference that your focus has changed from worldly life, from worldly responsibility, into what you seek inside, into your spiritual practice more. Because Master already create a lot of mean for us to remember God. They are here, appear in the physical form, so we can recognize who is God, and if God is in physical form, how they gonna look like, how they gonna be. So they make it possible that while in this human form, we can have God realization, just like them, just like perfect living Master. So we can put them as our spiritual idol, put them as someone that we should look up to and follow their footsteps. And the more you contemplate on the truth, the more you contemplate on Master teaching, listen to satsang, or even have discussion, spiritual discussion between your initiate friend, you will see that your life will transform. You will see that you will live your life in love, in unconditional divine love. You will feel that love flow from you to the other people, or you can feel the love from other people, or even from your plant, your pets, your family member to you. Because at that time, if you have a glimpse of God awareness, you will also have a glimpse of how it feels to be in the unconditional love level. So called, and at that time, you can have the glimpse of God realization in your daily life.
Should one give up all worldly affairs to follow the true purpose?
Yes, we can give up our all worldly affairs to follow our true spiritual purpose. But a lot of problems will arise because of that. So I would suggest that, yes, we can give up in our mind, say to our mind, no, I'm not gonna make these worldly issues as my priority anymore. I'm gonna make my spiritual practice and my Master as my priority in life. So in your mind, you change first. And then in your emotional self, you devote your love, your attention to Master teaching. Then after that, you can transform your physical self into, living with the right attitude, follow the footsteps of the saints, like I said to you previously. For me, that's how I transform. I'm just trying to surround myself with a lot of Master teaching. For example, in my house, I'm fortunate enough that every member of my family member, everyone in my family, they are initiate of perfect living Master. So I'm able to put Master picture everywhere. And whenever I walk past Master picture, it reminds me of their greatness. It reminds me of their teaching. It reminds me of their unconditional love. Because I put the picture as reminding, then right away I feel that, today I should, listen more to their spiritual talk, to read more of their books. Whatever Master tried to tell me, because Master also, operate inside me as well. So I try to look for the holy spiritual message of the day that Master want to give me. Then after that, I will have conversation with my family member about Master, about the teaching, or have some kind of spiritual debate at home. So that's how slowly me and people around me start to transform, to put this spiritual part, our spiritual practice, as priority number one. And then I'm also has been blessed that Master giving very important seva, spiritual service to me. So now I live my life in one purpose, is only to serve Master, is only to serve the Lord. But still, I every day, because I'm still have this human mind, I still have this human emotion, I still have this physical human body that I have to go through my own karma. Sometimes my karma pull me to worldly issue. I always remind myself that no, this worldly issue is only temporary. After I deal with it, I come back to contemplate on Master again. So that's how I live my life, that 24/7 I can live with Master all the time. And I see that worldly issue or worldly distractions only come and go. Because in my heart, my love to Master is very constant. And this love continues to flow in me 24/7. Even in dream, I can feel the presence of Master taking care of me. So this should be good tips to all of you that listen, that, if all of you want to walk on the footsteps of the saints, you should try those tips at home.
How do we ensure that we fulfill our worldly duties to the best possible level, at the same time following the true purpose simultaneously?
When we transcend ourselves inside by doing meditation, when we reach, let's say, the second level, the causal level, we will awaken into some kind of wisdom, because we have direct access to Akashic record. So you can have all the knowledge download to you. Whatever you want to know relate to this physical universe, astral universe, or causal universe, you can actually ask for that knowledge to open up to you instantly. So doing meditation is not sitting and contemplate, in the darkness, and you spend, 1,000 years in ignorance and darkness. It's not like that. When we do proper meditation as guide by Perfect Living Master, they provide us the direct access to this wisdom. And the first wisdom that we're gonna encounter is the wisdom from this causal plane of the Akashic record. After that, there will be many wisdom open up to us. For example, when we reach Prabram level, beyond Brahm, the wisdom of Sadguru, the Guru of third level, will also open up to us. We will understand the law of karma. We will understand what is happening in timeline. You can have preview of past and the future. You can have access to every universal record possible that you want to. And you also will develop your speech and your thought to be very eloquent, to be very intellectual, that you can actually win every debate because of this wisdom. And when you go up higher at the fourth level of the universal soul level, you will start to feel love. The love that flows to you, the love that connects with you and the God. So this kind of love will build like a bridge, like unbreakable bridge between you and Master and God. So therefore, when you stay in this connection of love, normally all the knowledge or the higher wisdom will come to you very easily. And when you reach the level of Sachkhand and merge with Satpurush, you will also open up to the knowledge of whole truth, the highest truth. That is the beginning of everything. So doing meditation and spiritual practice is actually really good for your worldly life, because once you succeed inside, once you succeed, for example, only halfway to have access to the Akashic record, you can turn your worldly life into success already, because you have wisdom of wise man or wise woman. You can operate in this physical form very efficient, and you can bring all the success possible if you want to into your life by having the wisdom that when you ask, it will come and open up for you.
That's it for today's satsang. Thank you, main speaker, for spending time with us for this satsang. If you want more information about ISTA Asia, please go to www.istaasia.com. You can also subscribe to our newsletter and email us any inquiries you may have regarding spirituality. You can also send your questions to seek.istaasia.com. Thank you for listening.